they'll win 9 or 10 games. I'll give them the over.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you there. I think they'll stay 8-8. Look, you play a team that plays the Broncos twice, you play the Patriots, and you play the entire NFC West. That's very tough to win. I think 8 games is generous. They also play, you play the Chargers twice. That's a reasonably tough game. And then Steelers in Pittsburgh. The Bills can potentially be an upset. That might be a trap game. In Buffalo. I'm going under. I think best case scenario 8-8. The Chargers actually have the same line. Over under 8.5 wins.
I'm going to take it under. I think the Chiefs are slightly better than the Chargers. Ryan Matthews had a great season last year, but I'm not completely sold on him. I never thought that, one, he could stay healthy, or two, consistently be a feature back. I don't think that their receiving game is going to be quite as good as last year. Phil Rivers had an amazing season last year, and with some pretty no-name receivers, such as Keenan Allen, the rookie, they were able to compile a wild card team. I don't think they're going to be able to be quite as good as last year. I think they can go 8-8, but I just don't think they're quite as good as last year.
All right. I'm agreeing with you there, under. I do think they're actually better than the Chiefs, though. But you just look at the schedule where you play the Patriots, you play the Broncos twice, you play the entire NFC West, and you get the Ravens in Baltimore. 8-8, best case scenario. Same thing as the Chiefs, and I think they'll split with the Chiefs. So, 8-8, under. Raiders, over under 5 games with Derek Carr.
I think they can get to 5 wins, but you always hate when I take the push, so I'm going to go under. They have the most travel in the league this year. Rookie quarterback who really hasn't played in the big game as much as some other quarterbacks, so it's going to take him some time to mature. I don't think in their division that there's really that many winnable games for them. Those 3 teams are clearly better than them. 5 wins is definitely going to be a struggle for them to get there, but I would say that's doable. So I'm definitely going to take the under. No real skill positions either, even though they signed MJD. I'm
looking legitimate winnable games here. Jets, Texans, Dolphins, Browns.
And I don't think they'll beat the Jets, to be honest.
Browns, Rams, and maybe Bills.
I don't think they'll beat Rams either.
6 winnable games, I would say. I think Derek Carr will produce well this year. I just don't think it will show in the record. So I'm going to go under. Just barely, because a team, they're not going to be that horrible. I like Maurice Jones-Drew. I like Derek Carr. The defense isn't horrible. But they just haven't put it together yet. But they do have Justin Tuck, Lamar Woodley. The Raiders are building. So they'll be a decent team come a couple years. But NFC West. I know you were on the fence about the CB, but the Seahawks are going to be having at least 1 win this season. So you get to cheat a little bit. Over under 11 wins for Seattle.
I'm going to take the over pretty easily on this. Now, they're given every single year 8 free wins by playing 8 home games, considering they really don't lose at home.
Except to the Cardinals.
Yeah, but I'm still going to give them 8 free wins at home. One of them already happened already, but I think there's no way they're not going to win at least 4 games on the road. I think they go at least 12-4 this year. This is one team that I would take the over on if it was 11.5. Now 11, I'd have to take that because I think there's no way they win less than 11. So I'm going to take the over on that pretty easily. I think they could even push at 13-3. I think they're clearly the best team in the NFL, and I think the record will show that. It's the best regular season record. I see there's no way they win less than 11 games this year.
I have to agree with you there. I would typically say this is an unreasonable number, but the NFC West plays the NFC East this year. If you play Redskins, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, I think you sweep that. You play the Rams twice. Probably, if not sweep the Cardinals, you'll split with them. Same thing with the 49ers. And you play the Chiefs. And they get the Broncos, which I think they've put a huge dent in Broncos' confidence, obviously, after the Super Bowl loss. Play the Panthers, which would be an easy game. I have no reason to believe. I would go over under 15 games. I think
Wow, that's pushing it. That is really pushing
okay,
it.
I was exaggerating, but I'm thinking 13-3, if not 14-2, which I think is ridiculous, but doable. 49ers, the same over under 11.
I don't see any reason as to why they have the same over-under. I think the Seahawks
Yeah, that's a joke.
are a different class than them as a team. Now, clearly, the 49ers are still very talented and could possibly be the second-best team in the league. I think they're probably the third best behind the Denver Broncos. But I'm going to give them under. There's no way playing the Seahawks twice they're going to be able to get to 12 wins, and I obviously can't push for 11. I don't think they'll get 11 wins either. I think 10 wins is probably going to be where they sit. Still a very talented team. They're going to have Michael Crabtree for a full season, which is really going to help Colin Kaepernick and his development continue. Frank Gore is still productive even as he gets up there in age. I think their offense is going to be better than last year. Vernon Davis can continue to produce as he does every year. Defense is still solid, but they have a number of question marks with these number of domestic violence and drug abuses that they've had over the past couple of years, including Ray McDonald this year. I think
And bomb threats. Don't forget bomb threats.
Everything with that organization. But I think they can still win 10 games. That's certainly reasonable for a team of their caliber. I definitely think 11's possible, but I definitely no way they're going to win 12. So I'm going to take the under.
Mm-hmm. I love the 49ers. I shouldn't say that. I love Jim Harbaugh. I love the defense. Not a fan of Kaepernick. But I think they're a very good team. And I like their philosophy as a team. That being said, I think 11 is an unreasonable expectation, especially given that it's the same expectation for the Seahawks. I think the schedule is just too rough, and I have to go under. But they still will probably make the playoffs, provided the Cardinals don't jump them. The 49ers will probably take the wild card, but under 11 wins, definitely. The Cardinals, I am absolutely shocked by this number, because I'm very high on the Cardinals. But over under 7 wins this season, CB.
I can't see the Cardinals getting less than 7 wins. I don't think they're going to get too many with such a strong division, having to play the Seahawks twice and the 49ers twice, which they might get 1 win out of. But they're certainly going to be able to win a bunch of out-of-division games. I think they can easily get to 7 wins, but there's no way they're going to get below that. So I'm going to take the over, at least an 8-8 team. It's going to be, again, hard to go 9-7 in that division, but I'd be pretty sure that they'll be able to get to 8-8.
Again, they're playing the NFC East. And they play the Rams, Lions, Falcons, Chiefs, and Raiders. Easily 10-6 again. Way over. I am appalled by this number. 7. Especially because if you're putting the Rams at 6.5, why are you putting the Cardinals at 7? They were 10-6 last year. Were a Kaepernick injury away from the playoffs. So with that being said, Rams over under 6.5, which I think is ridiculous.
Clearly going to be under such a strong division as we've talked about all night long. And obviously with Sean Hill as their quarterback, that's going to be a struggle for them at that position. With Sam Bradford out for the year. Not the strongest receiving core either. Tavon Austin seems to probably be their number 1 this year, and he's not by any means Calvin Johnson.
Zach Stacy, though. I like Zach Stacy, the running back.
I'm not quite sold on as I am with Andre Ellington, who does have an injury, but I'm still more sold on him than I am Zach Stacy. It's going to be tough for him this year with such a little passing game. Teams are really going to stuff the box on him. I think even with their good defense, it's going to be hard to get above 6.5 wins. I'm going to take the under for them.
Yeah, definitely under. Week 2 they have the Buccaneers in Tampa. That's a very hard game. After that, Cowboys, bye week, Eagles. Then you have this stretch of the games. 49ers, Seahawks, Chiefs, 49ers, Cardinals, Broncos. I would be surprised if the Rams didn't straight up drop out of the NFL after those 6 games. That's a joke for a team that came last in their division. Provided their quarterback tore his ACL. Now they have Sean Hill. And if Sean Hill happens to go down, they have Austin Davis backing him up. 6.5 games is ridiculous. Way under. I think you should have taken 3 games from the 6.5 and given that to the Cardinals. 3.5 would be a reasonable expectation for the Rams. Maybe they can get to 4 wins. Hopefully. I mean, they play Giants, Redskins, Eagles, Cowboys. Maybe they can win 3 of those, 2 of those, and then steal one from the Raiders. I don't know. They'll probably get to 4 wins. So being that we had to do those picks because we gypped you on the show last week, we are gonna cut our betting lines a little short this week, so we're only gonna do 3 games. These were what we felt were 3 of the best value picks this week.
Nick specifically?
Okay, well, it was more of a consensus.
Really?
Yeah. So number 1, first off, we have the Raiders plus 5.5 at the Jets. Not only do I think the Raiders will cover that,
which I don't.
I think the Raiders have a chance at winning this game. Call me insane, but I think the Raiders might win this game. I don't have faith in the Jets at all.
I don't have faith in a rookie quarterback on the road.
As an organization as a whole, I just do not trust the Jets at all. I wouldn't be surprised. Any game, I would be comfortable with, unless they were playing like the Jaguars, I'd be comfortable with picking someone over the Jets. Just about. And I like the Raiders. I like the addition of Maurice Jones-Drew. I'm not sure what they're going to do with him and Darren McFadden, if Darren McFadden can stay healthy. Like I said, I love Derek Carr. Lamar Woodley and Justin Tuck on that defense. I think the Raiders come away with this game. And they're given 5.5 points. So, I'm not endorsing betting here. But if you want to bet on the Raiders. CB, any disagreement there?
I don't trust rookie quarterbacks making their first start on the road against a good one defense, especially. They're going to have to throw the ball without real receiving threats. I think that
CB's dog is barking because he knows the Raiders are going to win. Yeah, I'm taking that as a yes right there. Would you not agree? CB's dog is always on my side.
I just don't think the Raiders are going to have a chance to be born with a rookie quarterback on the road. It's as simple as that.
Well, it's also the Jets. I was at a Jets Steelers game a couple years back at the Meadowlands, and the Jets came out and got booed. So the Jets fans aren't really that big of a factor just because the way the team has gone the past couple of years. Fireman Ed's not even there anymore. When you lose Fireman Ed, you know you're done. I think the Raiders will win this game. I have no problem saying that. So moving on, the Panthers are given a field goal on the Bucks. But I say you swallow the points, take the Bucks, because the Bucks will win by way more than a field goal. The Bucks are way too underrated this year. And the Panthers have no receivers. They have a decent defense. But Tampa has a really good defense.